communications repeater and secure the emergency communicator before it's too late. In order to reach the communications repeater, we need to secure this base first. They'll be attacking from all sides using their assault ship and transmission devices. Just use caution. Go to the base near the theater ruins.
You got it. Headed there now. All gates have been blocked. And it looks like we've lost all our soldiers.
Damn it. Those bastards.
I'll try to go around.
I'll leave you to it. We'll join you once the communications repeater has been reactivated. Find the communications repeater in this building. Once it's reactivated, we can use the last of the remaining communicators. Vulgus forces have managed to infiltrate this far in. Protect the repeater until it's fully reactivated. It's done. The communications repeater has been restarted. Now, let's hope the last emergency communicator is still intact. Descendant, they're aiming for the emergency communicator. You have to hurry. We almost lost the last one. Okay, Descendant, you should join Bunny at the theater outpost. I'll send a sit rep to HQ with the emergency communicator. Wait, Vulgus signals are spiking. What the hell?
You're getting closer, Descendant. But my work here is already complete. All forces, extract the Ancestors' data. Transfer it to my command center. I will personally deliver it to Lord Carell.
The Vulgus signals are coming from the Magister Lab. Isn't that HQ's target? Oh, this isn't good. I need to report this to Alpha immediately.
Buddy, Descendant, do you copy? We've received the sitrep from Kingston. How the hell did this happen? Do my staff still think this is all a coincidence?
What exactly do you mean by that, Alpha?
Things went south as soon as the guide arrived in Kingston. And not only that, but it seems the Vulgus are after the same target as we are.
Alpha, that's probably because the enemy has the Iron Heart. I don't think it has anything to do with the guide. We'll have answers once we investigate the Ancestors' facility.
It's too late for that. The Vulgus have surrounded the facility. Descendant, we need you to retake the base seized by the enemy. HQ will review the direction of the operation in the meantime. Over and out.
Fixing and making things is my wheelhouse. Go on, what do you need?
Shh. The enemy's close. This doesn't feel good. It seems like Alpha doesn't trust the art. Oh! What if...
That's one generator down. Two more to go. Keep up the good work.
How do you know how to do this, Captain?
The Albion generators will fail if you attach high voltage fuses to parallel circuits. The ones used by the Vulgus are no different.
Ah, I think I remember that.
They weren't expecting us to use the fuses like that.
Descendant, powerful reinforcements have arrived.
It's okay if I don't remind you what to do again, yeah?
I've learned a useful tactic today. Thank you, Captain Harris. From now on, any Vulgus field generators we find will be handled using this method. Vulgus have established a field power plant in the area. It seems to be linked to the Magister Lab. It must be destroyed.
Wait, hold up. Do not shoot at or blow up that power plant unless you want it to explode. You need to detonate the circuits using a high voltage fuse. The Construction Corps Captain will show you how to handle this, so listen carefully. need to find the facility managers among the enemy forces. They'll be carrying fuses. Once you get your hands on them, stick the fuses on the generators. One generator down. 2 more to go. Keep up the good work.
How do you know how to do this, Captain?
The Albion generators will fail if you attach high voltage fuses to parallel circuits. Ones used by the Vulgus are no different.
I think I remember that.
Loading.
That was the final generator. Ha! I bet they weren't expecting us to use the fuses like that.
Descendant, powerful reinforcements have arrived.
It's okay if I don't remind you what to do with them, yeah?
I've learned a useful tactic today. Thank you, Captain Harris. From now on, any Vulgus field generators we find will be handled using this method. I've been informed that the Vulgus transmission system has a very limited range. This means there must be an enemy command center somewhere in Kingston. Sightings of a powerful Vulgus unit. If we defeat him, the rest will retreat. All Vulgus transmission signals have ceased. Great job, Descendant.
Descendant, Alpha has authorized access to the Ancestors' facility.
If you can
call that authorization?
It's not your concern. We've exchanged some harsh words, but I will handle it. I decided to go ahead. I had no choice. I respect Alpha's prudence, but I do not want to waste what might be our only opportunity to work with the Guide. If our results at the Ancestors' facility are positive, Alpha will change his mind. Which is why I leave it in your capable hands, Descendant.
The invading Vulgus forces are establishing positions. We need to clear out the building before they really dig in. I'm picking up enemy transmission signals. Be careful. Descendant, I've been informed that the Vulgus transmission system has a very limited range. This means there must be an enemy command center somewhere in Kingston. Sightings of a powerful Vulgus unit. If we defeat him, the rest will retreat. All Vulgus transmission signals have ceased. Great job, Descendant.
This is the Ancestors' facility. I hope we can find something we can use to restore my system. But the Vulgus commander has already ordered his troops to extract the data. Are we too late?
The Ancestors' data should not be underestimated. Not only does it have immense capacity, it's also quantum encrypted. Even the Magisters who worked here doing research have said that full data extraction is impossible.
Magisters? Do you mean the technologists who were once allied with the Vulgus?
More importantly, the enemy is after the Ancestors' data as well. Can anyone think why?
Nothing comes to mind. My only guess is that this place... Ironheart. I'll know once I have the data.
Let's check here.
Descendant. Unfortunately, none of the Ancestors' data remains in this terminal. I will check the other terminals, but it seems the Vulgus were successful with their extraction.
That can't be right. If it were possible to fully extract the data, then the Magisters would have already done it.
Until recently, it would have been impossible for the Vulgus as well. However, if they have someone on their side who is very familiar with the Ironheart, then it will have been achievable. By applying algorithms from the Ironheart to military applications, electronic warfare capabilities can be greatly improved. I recommend we investigate the other terminals.
Descendant, did you come here looking for me? Or did you come to witness the superior technology of the Vulgus? I am Cram, commander of the invading Vulgus forces. It is a shame that I am unable to face you directly.
This terminal also does not contain the Ancestors' data. However, Descendant, I sense the transmission of the Ancestors' data is happening close by. That is most likely where the enemy command center is located. As the enemy sealed off Kingston's network, transmitting data over a long distance would have been impossible. This means we still have an opportunity to retrieve the Ancestors' data.
Loading.
Damn it! The situation continues to get worse!
But that doesn't mean everything is lost. If we hit the enemy command post now, we can still retrieve the data for the guide.
Now, did you just say, retrieve the data for the guide?
Just get to the point. Just how much do you plan to rely on that guide?
You prefer to keep sending in the investigative core? How much time have we wasted searching for the Iron Hearts without any leads? Alpha, this is the best opportunity we've had in a century.
Or it could be a trap. The Descendants are Albion's only hope, and now it's like they have a parasite attached to their minds.
This way, Descendant. It seems HQ is faltering. I understand. After all, HQ shoulders the burden of protecting humanity. It is difficult for the fate of humanity to be placed into the hands of something only a few can see. But Descendant, my purpose is the same as yours. Trust me. Do this, and you will retrieve the Iron Heart.
You